She didn't speak without his permission. Something about the dynamic between the two, it set the hairs on the back of your neck up immediately. There was something just not okay.
Shasta orders a milkshake. Amber heads for the phone.
I'd spoken to my manager, said, I think we should probably call Coeur d'Alene PD. I'm pretty positive that's Shasta groene over there. I'll take full responsibility. I'll pay for their meal if I'm wrong. We need to get somebody up here.
Amber stalls the food order while manager Linda Olson makes the call.
I've got a little girl here with a tall gentleman, and she looks so much like this Shasta.
Okay, are they still in the building?
And we're not sure, she looks so much like her, and I don't know.
All right, we'll have someone set that way.
So you're sitting at the table across from Duncan and you see a police officer enter the restaurant. What was your first thought?
I was scared. I remember thinking that Joseph Duncan, he's so smart, and I was like, so even if they know that I'm with him, that maybe he will have an excuse and they'll just leave and they won't think that anything was wrong. That's just my 8-year-old mind thinking.
But Shasta can hardly believe what happens next.
The cop had asked me what my name was, and I had looked at Joseph Duncan, and he said, you can tell him. So Joseph Duncan actually told me, you can tell him. And so I had, said Shasta, and that's when he had, told Joseph Duncan to stand up. And so it was just, after that happened, it was just almost like a sigh of relief.
Police take Duncan outside and ask Amber to sit with Shasta.
I said, Jenny, is your brother in the car? And she said, no. He's in heaven with mom and dad, I think is what it was. And I just, my heart kind of broke. And I just held her and let her know that she was safe. She was going to see her dad again soon. And it was all over.
Shasta's long nightmare is finally finished, thanks largely to her own will to survive.
Shasta had an amazing ability to somehow communicate with Mr. Duncan and build some sort of a bond with him that I think protected her, even to a point control him to some degree. We believe that it was Shasta that convinced Mr. Duncan to stop at the Denny's restaurant and basically orchestrated her own rescue by doing that.
Joseph Duncan was found guilty in the murders of Shasta's family and confessed to 3 prior child killings. He is sitting on death row in a federal penitentiary. But for Shasta, being a survivor hasn't been easy.
For the longest time, I was so scared to just go and be anywhere by myself. Some of the choices that I had made to try to cover pain and hide the pain and deal with it in, not so appropriate ways.
Today, she's moved on with her life, with a baby on the way and looking to a bright future after reuniting with her biological father.
I think that we have a super strong relationship, especially after everything I went through. It brought us really close together. And, now he's just, he's really excited to be having another grandbaby.
But Shasta still hasn't forgotten Joseph Duncan's last haunting request as he was led away by police.
I remember him asking me, when you get older, promise me that you will come see me wherever I am. And I said, I promise. I have actually talked to a couple people about actually making that happen.
So when you sit in front of him at some point in your future, what do you want to say to Joseph Duncan?
I don't hate him for the things that he's done. I forgive him, actually. At some point in my life, I had to come to the conclusion that I'm always going to, if I don't forgive him, then he's going to control my life in some way or another. He's always going to be in my thoughts. I still have the intentions of facing him again and telling him this is what you did to him and my family, and this is how I feel about it, But also, I want him to know that I'm doing good things with my life too, so that he knows that he doesn't control my life and that he doesn't affect me anymore.